What is up guys, Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we're going to be doing the calendar for August 2023. So August is always a really weird month for NA players because the anniversary for JP is in August, but for the anniversary for NA players is in July. So we always get like the August stuff in July, but then we get like the September stuff in August, and everything gets all messed up and jumbled around and stuff. And then we always find a way to like slow it down and get back on the same pace as we've always been on, instead of trying to catch up. I understand why they don't do that, but anyway, August is a weird month, but we do have some of the stuff already announced, and it's already out in the game right now, so that makes things a little bit easier, and that's why I waited one extra day to make this video, just because the Grand Nero Fest just came out, so that made it a little bit easier to do this. I always try and make these videos a day or two early, and then they always seem to release something like the last day of the month, and then it messes up everything. I have to go back and redo everything. So I waited an extra day this time, and I might keep doing this. I might just release the videos on the 2nd of the month every time going forward. We'll see. Not sure about that. I do like having it for every day. But anyway, there are a couple banners out right now in the game, so you can pull for them if you want to as soon as you, well, as of recording this video anyway. So we have two different banners, and this is really weird as well. So you have one banner for Nero Claudius, Caster, Summer Nero, whatever you want to call her, and Astrea, and then you have another banner for Brynhild and Astrea. The banners are exactly the same, there's just two different 5-star servants, so I guess you just pick and choose which one you want to pull on right there. I do like that in the sense that the rate up is not split between the two of them, so if you want Brynhild, you pull on the Brynhild banner. If you want Summer Nero, pull on Summer Nero banner. But all the other characters are the same, so you don't really have to worry too much about that. And that is pretty much everything we got going on for the first week, or about a week of August. So we're not really going to talk about too much else. We're going to skip right over to the other stuff. Now, none of this stuff is confirmed as far as I'm aware, but it does line up pretty well with the month that we're going to get, and I think there's a pretty good chance that it happens relatively around this time period. So we are going to get the summer event in August, so there's no break. You know, we've had just like a constant banner after banner after banner of good servants, like anniversary, summer. You know, it's not stopping anytime soon, so get ready. And we got quite a few banners coming for this summer event. There's going to be 4 different banners. The first one isn't really going to be for the event. It's going to be more of like a pre-release campaign banner. So that probably will come out sometime around the 7th. So of course, as soon as I finish recording the video and go to bed, I wake up to see some news announced for Fate, and this is exactly what I was talking about by waiting a day or two to post the calendar video, which may or may not be later on in this video. I'm not sure. I'm re-recording a bit of audio here for this because they updated it with a new banner. We are going to be getting the Melty Blood campaign banners. Thankfully, there's not too much to this. You just have the ability to pull for Artoria from the 3rd of August until the 10th of August. So just a quick little insert I'm dropping in here after the fact. But if you did want Artoria, now you can pull for her. And that banner will feature 4 characters, 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars. The first is going to be Drake. So you have a 5-star rider, Drake. You also have 5-star rider, Nemo. 2 pretty good riders, I'd say, but neither of them are limited. So not necessarily pull. You don't really have to worry about pulling for them too much. You do also have the Archer version of Anne Bonny and Mary Reed, and then you do also have the Archer version of, well, I think that's the only version of Calamity Jane, but she's an Archer. So you got those characters available on the 7th. You still do have Brynhild and Nero as well if you wanted to pull for them, or Astrea, I guess. So you got quite a few characters available on the 7th, and now things are going to start like changing every day or so because of the different rate ups. So on the 8th, we have Drake going away. So it's everything else is the same, just Drake is no longer rated up. And then on the 9th, have I been saying Nero? We have Nero on the other banner and Nemo on this banner. So Nemo is not rated up. and now Drake is rated up again. And then on the 10th, you have Drake and Nemo rated up, but then Anne Bonny and Mary Reed are no longer rated up. And then on the 11th, Anne Bonny and Calamity Jane switch places for the raid ups there. On the 12th, Drake is no longer available, but the other three are. The 13th, Nemo and Drake switch places again. And this is the final day to pull for Brynhild, Nero, or Astrea. So, final day for that. On the 14th, for Drake's banner, you have all four of them available for that day. And this will also be the final day to pull for those characters. And we're going to get the first batch of new summer characters. So, we're going to have 3 new summer characters. So, we're going to have Summer Okita Alter, who is going to be a Saber. Really cool character. I'm pretty excited to get them. You're also going to have the 4-star Archer, Anastasia, and V? I think that's how you say it. Might not be pronouncing that correctly. You also have the 4-star Caster, Charlotte, Corday. Yeah. And you do also have Achilles rated up as well. He's going to be coming out with a... he's going to come out with the summer event on the first banner. On a separate banner, though, it'll be Achilles. Mandricardo is rated up as well. I didn't put him. He's a 3-star character. I don't usually put 3-star characters unless there is a specific reason to do so. But if you were wondering, Mandricardo is rated up as well. So those are the first 2 banners of the summer event. I really do like this batch of summer characters. Last year I didn't really like the summer characters that much. This year is a much better batch of characters in my opinion. So really looking forward to getting all of them. Specifically, there is one I really do want, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to the 15th. So there's no changes on the 15th. It's just that Drake's banner goes away, so you will not be able to pull for them anymore. On the 16th, Charlotte goes away. Everything else remains the same. I will say that Achilles is rated up the entire time, so I'm not going to talk about him anymore. You have him from the 14th until basically the end of the summer event. So for the whole month, you could pull for Achilles. If you did want him, he's not limited, so you don't really have to worry too much about that, but it's there if you did want to do that. Alright, where were we? We were on the 17th, I believe. So Anastasia and Charlotte switch places. And then on the 18th, Anastasia and Charlotte switch places once again, so they go back. They're just going to flip-flop each other all the time. On the 19th, Charlotte's back. The 20th, they're both available, so you have all 4 characters available now. And on the 21st, we get the second wave of summer characters. So on the first banner, all 4 characters are there. And then we get the new characters, so we have the Avenger Kama. And this is who I was looking forward to. She's the one I want the most out of all of the new characters in the batch. Really good character, really looking forward to getting her. Not looking forward to getting multiple copies of her, though. That part is going to suck. Maybe. Probably. But I do want to try and get at least MP2 of her. I don't know if I'll go MP5, but I do want to at least try MP2 for her. You do also have a 4-star Rider for Canis, and 4-star Berserker Sei. I do really want Sei as well, but more so because the artwork is just really cool. Then, I don't really know how good she is as a character. I've never used her before. But, Kama's definitely the one I want the most out of this batch. And just like the first batch, they are going to be flip-flopping different characters for different days. So, we'll try and keep up here. The 22nd, Canis goes away, so it's going to be Kama and Sei. And first banner stays the same. 23rd, Sei and Canis will switch places. 24th, they're both back, so you have all 3. You have all the servants rated up on the 24th. The 25th stays the same, no changes at all. That's pretty cool. 26th, the second batch stays the same. First batch loses Charlotte, and now they're going to start flip-flopping again. 27th, Canis goes away, so it's just Sei. And then on the 28th, Anastasia and Charlotte switch places, and we do get the third banner in the summer event, and this is going to have Doma in it, and it's also going to have Christopher Columbus. He is a 3-star character. I did include him because he's story locked and he doesn't come back very often. He's a terrible character, but a lot of people don't have him, so it's a pretty good opportunity to pull for him. I do have 1 copy of him. I don't think I actually have Doma, so I will probably try and pull to get Doma. So maybe I'll get some Columbuses along the way. We'll see. I don't really care that much. I'm happy with my 1 copy, but I do want Doma, so I will try and do that. It just depends on how much it takes to get the other summer characters. Those are the priorities for sure. Then on the 29th, Say and Canis switch places. And on the 30th, Anastasia and Charlotte switch places. And on the 31st, Canis and Say switch places once again to round out the month of August. So that was a bit of a mouthful to get through. A lot of servants switching places for one day, which makes my job a lot harder because I have to make a different graphic for the different days when they switch by 1 character. Why can't we just have all the characters rated up at the same time? I get why they don't do it. I'm just complaining because I had more work to do. Anyway, this month is going to be a pretty good month. I was really excited for Grand Nero Fest because of Brynhild, so I was really looking forward to finally being able to get her, but then I got her before this came out, which was really cool because now I don't have to spend my quartz and I can save them for the summer characters, so I'm looking forward to that. I do want to get all of them. I do want multiple copies of Kama. I think she's a really good servant, and she's like another potential looper with Castor Artoria. I know with Koyanskaya and Oberon and all that stuff that like Buster is kind of taking over again, but I like my Castor Artoria teams. Nice, simple, mindless. I don't have to worry about switching things up. And you know, if you do want to switch it up, then that's fine too. Then you can get Kama and do that. So it's a little bit different. So I collect all the characters anyway, so I'm gonna pull for them all. But if it's not too hard on me, I will probably try and go for 2 copies, at least 2 copies of Kama. We'll see where that gets me. Let's see. As far as everything else goes, it's a good month. The dates are probably wrong. I'm always wrong on the dates, but it looks pretty straightforward that we're gonna have Grand Nero Fest. Once Grand Nero Fest ends, then we'll get the summer event in some capacity. Last 3 weeks. So that is a pretty good way to fill out the month of August. I guess I should say that the event character is Da Vinci. She's a pretty cool character, pretty unique. I do like that character. So definitely worth doing. The events are always worth doing, so I don't usually talk about them too much, but I think it's going to be a pretty solid month. After this, things start to slow down a little bit, so we can finally start to like recoup our gems and stuff, but there's not much of a break going forward for the rest of the year, so just hang in there, guys. We're almost at the end. But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord, so feel free to check those out, and I'll see you guys next time.